Hello, and welcome to B. Scott Speaks, where I give you news, poetry, black history, scandals, vlogs, and so much more. Tyler Perry's new Prime Video movie nabs rare 0% Rotten Tomatoes score. This article is written by Lucas Shao on Screen Rant. Let's go ahead and get into this article. Divorce in the Black is a critical disaster with a 0% score on Rotten Tomatoes, a record low for Tyler Perry's career. Perry's audience scores often disagree with critics, but even general audiences have found Divorce disappointing with a 54% score. Despite Perry's success with Madea movies, Divorce in the Black marks his lowest outing yet in terms of critical reception. Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black has made a splash on Rotten Tomatoes, but it is hardly the impact Perry wanted to make. The drama was released on July 11th on Prime Video and tells the story of a couple with a struggling marriage as they reckon with the idea of past misdeeds and divorce. Perry, who earned fame with Madea movies, served as director, producer, and writer. Unfortunately, Divorce in the Black reviews have been tremendously bleak. While the score is likely to fluctuate with more reviews, Divorce in the Black sits at a score of just 0% on the Rotten Tomatoes Tomatoer. With 10 professional reviews submitted, all current critics are in agreement that Perry's most recent Prime movie is a complete disaster. The audience score is far more favorable with 53% score, but even that bears a rotten designation. How Divorce in the Black's score compares to other Perry movies. Tyler Perry is no stranger to poorly reviewed movies. Of Perry's 45 movies, only 9 have ever been rated fresh, and an even smaller percentage have received certified fresh ratings, as just 2 earned the designation. 30 of Perry's movies have been branded rotten, and in spite of Perry's considerable box office success, these ratings do not necessarily mean that critics all agreed to offer the movie a 0% score. As it currently averages a 3.8 out of 10 rating, the Tomato score simply indicates that critics have unanimously agreed that the movie was a poor showing for the acclaimed director. Some of Perry's movies have not been reviewed by critics, which makes audience scores an important consideration. Critics often disagree with audiences when it comes to Perry's movies. While Divorce had nothing but disdain from both critics and audiences, there is a considerable split in appreciation as audiences have at least afforded a score of more than 0%. Significant divergences between the two scores have been common throughout Perry's career, as audiences often favor Perry heavily. I will read to you the examples that they put in the charts. So let me go ahead and do that for you. First, we have Celebration of Gospel, Taking You Higher in 2007. Critics from Rotten Tomatoes actually rated it as unrated. The audience rated it as 100%. Then we have Tyler Perry's A Madea's Homecoming in 2022. It was rated at 36% by the critics and 76% by the audience. Tyler Perry's Madea Goes to Jail in 2009. Yes, that's right. In 2009 was rated at 29% by the critics and 95% by the audience. Madea's Family Reunion in 2006 was rated at 26% by the critics and 95% by the audience. Meet the Browns in 2008 was rated at 33% by the critics and 90% by the audience. That disagreement between audiences and critics has been instrumental in preserving Perry's career, but Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black was a poor showing for general audiences as well. A 53% score is still rotten, making a rare moment of agreement for both sides of the Rotten Tomatoes metrics. Perry Medea's cinematic universe is much beloved by audiences, but his latest work is nothing but a disappointment to loyal viewers. With a 0% tomato score, it is the lowest outing in Perry's career and marks another step in a poor run of critical outings. My thoughts on Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black. First, I really don't think it deserves a 0%. I'm with the audience, of course. 53%, yes. Um, it just had, some issues that I definitely don't agree with. It did have some interesting moments that I did like, but for the most part, it was a no for me. How in the world are you going to have your sons to remove your deceased son body out of their casket? No, that was disturbing to me. And then why are you upset with your wife because of her dad's what he had to say on the pulpit? And then it was a back and forth between the mom and Megan Good's dad, that was the pastor. That would have never happened. Like that, no, that's just, it was crazy. And the build up, why did this man want a divorce? Is what did he want a divorce for? With the way he's older, he wanted a divorce at the table with friends, and just out of nowhere, how he wanted a divorce. But he was the one that was being the bad husband, but he wants a divorce from her. And then when she happily signs the divorce papers, he becomes a stalker. Yes. And I just find that so crazy and ridiculous. And the main thing for me is when she has healed, or I guess Tyler Perry, I guess, feel that she has healed. Now she is dating this guy, and this is not all in order, but she is dating an old friend. She have seen him. They went out. She tried to sleep with him, but he wouldn't, because he didn't think, he just wanted her to be ready and just be on her mind, just be on him or whatever. And so eventually they do sleep together. But my question is this: why? Why in so many of Tyler Perry movies, when women have went through things with a significant other, a spouse, and then they have started to move forward, do you have a man waiting in the background like they are their healer? I disagree with that. I disagree with that even for men, because men are not our healers, and we are not men healers at all. We need to do the work within. So that might mean going to therapy, getting some help, and then this way your picker can pick a lot better if you go into therapy. And yes, there's nothing wrong with seeking God at all, if that's what you do. I'm a believer. I do believe, but also I believe in therapy. So therapy and Jesus will go a long way, okay? And if you don't believe, that's okay. That's your choice. You know what I mean? That's your choice. But get yourself some therapy before you start trying to date somebody else. So I didn't like that. And I'm going to just leave it right there, okay? So what I'm going to ask you is, if you would, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for coming.